So my mother-in-law wants me to come and get back together with my husband. Story time. I happen to be married into a family that has 3 males. All of them, coincidentally, disappointingly, are into smoking. Chain smokers. They drink and they smoke and they do a lot of things that could be harmful to the health. My father-in-law passed on early because of related sicknesses that came up as a result of smoking, hard drugs. And the 3 boys he has, they are all into it. My mother-in-law has no male and has no female child. The 2 brothers are seriously into chain smoking, drinking, and alcoholism, and it's been affecting the family. My mother-in-law didn't deem it fit to caution his children, and I didn't know what to do. My husband was the same thing, but somehow along the line, I thought I was going to be able to help him change or help him to curtail. The second brother passed on because of a similar problem. Then the 3rd brother that is in the village, living with the father, living with the man in the village, happens to be also a person that smokes a lot, and the wife also smokes. Meanwhile, he is in good relationship with my mother-in-law, but the wife is not in any good relationship with my mother-in-law. My husband and I were living in the city. As time went on, because of my husband's attitude towards drink and hard drugs and all those things, he was laid off his job and I became the breadwinner. I was providing the meals, rent, and everything. And at the time, my husband didn't know. It's like because he was jobless, it made him to become hysterical, started misbehaving. Most times he would come back from work, instead of him to go and lie down, he would now be using me as a punching bag. He was becoming violent and treating me badly, and it got to a point where the moment I see he's back from work, I'll rush into my room and lock up the door. I won't let him enter, because if I shall allow him access, he will end up punching me. It continued until when it was time for us to go home for a Christmas, I managed to went home. I bought things for my mother-in-law, bought her Hollandis, bought her some hair, shoes, so many things, pleading, having in mind that when I get home, I'll go and plead with her to please talk to his son, to please lay off this habit, to see whether he can pick up a job and start a normal life again. So when I got to the village, I was able to present this to my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, do you know what my mother-in-law told me? My mother-in-law, after looking at the wrappers and all the shoes, she said, so I am now abusing her. That I'm indirectly telling her that she doesn't have clothes, that she's naked. Why didn't I give her the money? Why did I have to buy clothes? I'm just telling her that she can't afford to buy clothes. So that's why she went and bought clothes. Otherwise, I would have given her money. I looked at this thing, and my husband walked in at that time, and my mother-in-law complained to him. She said, my husband supported her. I said, yes, why did I know you had such money? I didn't know you had such money in the house, and you gave it to my mom. Why did you have to buy her anything? Why didn't you give it to her to buy by herself? The thing hurt me. I felt so bad. I felt so downcast. I now remember that my mother was the one that trained me so hardly, and I became what I am, and I'm able to buy for another person's mother without ever buying for my mom. I wept. I cried. The sister-in-law that is in the village, that's not even in good times with her, came out to caution and said, Mama, what kind of a person are you? A girl will go and look for money and buy this kind of things and come and give. The simplest thing you could do is to thank her, to tell her thank you and accept it. How did you have to remind her of her father and her mothers that have passed on? Now you've made her to be crying over her mom that is late. Is that good? So after I cried, one spirit came into me. I just mustered enough courage and walked back into my mother-in-law's room. When I got into the room, I saw where she had kept the wrappers. I took the wrapper back. She heard me say I should return the wrappers. I said, Mama, I'm not going to give you back these wrappers. Because of these wrappers, you made me to remember my late mom. You made me to remember the fact that my mom suffered and brought me up, trained me, and I was never able to give her anything and she passed on. And I'm giving you, that you are not my biological mother, something so to appreciate. I say thank you. You are using it to remind me of my bitter past. Mama, I will never give you. If I should give you these wrappers and you wear them, the spirit of my late mom will attack you and I won't want to be responsible. Mama, I'm not giving you these wrappers. So I took the wrappers and left. Immediately I left, I decided to leave the town because my plan of going home, my plan of going to give my mother-in-law the wrapper was to plead with her, to please plead with the son, to start being responsible, to stop taking excessive drinks, to stop taking excessive things that could harm his health, that has made him to lose his job, whether he can come back together and start behaving normally. So since I couldn't achieve that, I decided to leave. So I took off I took off from village to town. As I was going, I told my husband, please don't come back to that house. I'm the one that's paying the rent. I'm the one that's paying all the bills, buying the food. So there's no need for you to come back. Don't come back to that particular house. If you are coming back to town, go elsewhere. Find another accommodation somewhere else, far away. In short, the marriage between me and you is over. I'm not continuing again. That was the state at which I left the village. I went back to the city. 3 days after I left, my husband came back to the house. He started his trouble all over again. I now decided to, by the time the rent expired, I looked for another house and relocated to another part of the town and stayed there with my children. We were there until I told my family that they should return the bride price they paid to the family that I wasn't marrying again. I called my mother-in-law and said, Mama, since you don't want to help your children, you were telling me that that my father-in-law, your husband, was in the same way, that you learned how to manage him and you were able to live with him, that I should go and learn how to live with my husband, that members of your family, that they are all into that. They take a lot of drinks, they are into alcohol and they are into smoking, and that you have been managing, that I should learn how to. My mama, I don't know how to manage irregularities. I don't know how to manage bad behavior. I don't know how to manage drunkenness. I don't know how to manage people that are stress workers, that are perpetually in debt. I don't know how to manage that. Come and take your son back. I'm not marrying again. So after I had done that and left, I was there on my own. Nobody answered me. Nobody said anything. They didn't call me. My husband was not communicating with me. He didn't do anything. Nobody from the family contacted me until one particular day, after about 6 months of staying and having my own peace. I heard that my husband, or my ex-husband, went somewhere. He got himself involved with some fracas and they broke his head, and he was lying critically ill in the hospital, and they were looking for money to help him, that he was even in coma. They were calling me thinking that we were still together. I told them that we were not together again, that for more than 6 months I have moved on and I'm moved on. I don't know anything about him again. I shouldn't be bothered. So within that period, my mother-in-law called me and now started threatening me. Did you hear that your husband is sick? Why didn't you go and take care of him in the hospital? If anything should happen to him, you are the one that will be held responsible. You better go and look for your husband. You can't look at you, take care of your husband. Brothers and sisters, I said, Mom, you told me that you brought up your children to be drunks and to be alcoholics, Mom, and to be chain smokers, and that I should manage. And I told you I won't be able to manage such a thing again, that I had done enough. I wasn't going to. I told you to come and take back your son. And since then, I don't know anything about him. How come now that he has a problem, you are calling me, you are reminding me that he's my wife, he's my husband? Please, what do I do, family? That's why I've come here today, to ask you people, what should I do in this kind of a case? I've already told them to go and collect back the bride price, or that my family should return back the bride price. 6 months ago, I have parted ways with this guy. I don't know who he is, what happened to him, how he even ended up in the hospital. I don't know. Do you now advise me to go back now that the condition is critical? When he doesn't have money, he doesn't have a house, he doesn't have anything to help himself. I should use my own little resources to go and sustain, or to go and revive, or to go and help out somebody who is an alcoholic, who is a chain smoker, who is a drunk. I should go and use my own money to go and take care of him in the hospital. And if he was not having a problem, a head injury, he was behaving anyhow, beating me anyhow, hitting me and mistreating me, is it now that he has a head injury that I don't know how bad it will be? By the time he comes back, is it now that he will not now use me as another punching bag, or even a worse punching bag? So please, I have come to you. Help me and tell me, advise me on what to do. Do I advise you to go back to my husband, to go and start nursing him and nurse him back to life, and so that he will continue beating me from where he stopped? Or do I advise you to stay away? Even though my mother-in-law has threatened me that if anything should happen to him, I will be held responsible. I have not known anything about it for over 6 months, and I made it clear to them that I have left him. So please, what do I advise me? Thank you very much. This is Kechyvibes Matchmaker and Love Relationship Platform. This is a story that was brought to us by a sister. I decided to bring it to the family for you to have your own ideas, for you to say your own mind, advise her on what you think she should do in this kind of situation. She is there at the comment section waiting for you people's advice. Does she go back to her husband and nurse her, or does she remain where she is, or what does she do? She already said she doesn't want the marriage again. For more than 6 months, she has moved on, and now that the man has this issue, they are calling her back. What do you advise her to do? So please like this video, share it, comment, and drop your own advice. She is there at the comment section to hear you out and to take counsel from whatever thing you may have to advise her on. Please share this video so other people will get to know too, so that it will go around. Thank you for always watching my video. see you next time with another exciting edition, or anytime there's an urgent need like this to bring a